Welcome to I'm Divinely Faceted. Ancestors closest to the sun, please help me channel this message. Please tune into my frequency or allow me to tune into yours. Please protect me as I channel through this energy. All ancestors closest to the sun, you may remain. All others, you must leave. I don't know, they're working outside, okay? That may be significant, okay? I'm getting that that is significant, okay? So now, the reason for this reading on this channel, okay? We are about to discuss Election Day. All right, now let me tell you what you're possibly seeing. Now, okay, I got to give this when I'm talking about this type of stuff, I have to give this disclaimer. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? This is not factual information, okay? All right, is anything else? Yeah, I'm trying to cover all the points to not get shut down or sued. Okay, now there we go. Now, none of this is real. Okay, none of this is factual. All right, all is alleged. Okay, now forget about that. My reading yesterday said it was a feminine victory. It was going to be a feminine victory. Now, remember, I told you I never ever second guess my skills. I never ever second guess my abilities, but I will second guess a government who is used to deceiving us, who is used to lying and sneaking and doing all of these things. So it brought me to research my day altogether. Now, my intentions yesterday was to vote. Okay, and I was going to vote for Kamala. All right, got up, went to go get my son. It all ties in, so I got to start here. Okay, got up, went to go and get my son. All right, bypassed. I didn't know at the time that his location was the location that he wanted me to stop at, but I looked at the location, was like, nah, I ain't feeling that location. I'm onto a location that I saw on my way to you. Okay, so we ended up going to that location. Not really voters, but so I didn't know you had to go to a specific polling place, okay? Because I don't vote. I vote when a woman is on the ballot for president, and that's the bottom line, okay? So went to where we went. The lady, she was real nice, and she was like, y'all gotta go somewhere else. Y'all have to, you gotta go here, you gotta go there, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, wait a minute, there's nobody voting. There's nobody here in the stands. Like, it's empty. Why can't we just vote here? She was like, well, you would have to do 10 pages of paperwork. I said, okay, I don't feel like writing, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a voter. I don't vote. I don't get into the world type of things, the makeup of the false fakery and fraud. Okay. I don't get into all of that. So I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you. I came here to vote. But if I leave here without voting, I'm not going to go above and beyond and out of my way to be a part of the world. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you. I was just being honest with the lady. So she called and to see if she could go ahead and let me do the paperwork, and we both can do it there, this, that, and the other. But then she started telling me, well, that's because I was going to vote. Okay. She was like, well, that when you do it this way, they don't count these votes tonight. And I was like, what do you mean they don't count those votes tonight? She was like, yeah, anything that's done by paper, it's not in the computer, and they don't count those votes tonight. And so I was like, so how is it that they can come up with a president if they haven't counted all the votes? Okay, catch it. How did you come up with a president if you're not counting the paper votes that didn't go in tonight? Okay, it's fake. It's all fake. Okay, that's how I'm, okay, that's my opinion. Okay, that's the allegation per me. Okay, it's all fake. Okay, so I'm like, all right, she was like, but you can go to the headquarters, which is on Grand Boulevard in Detroit, okay? And I'm like, okay. I was like, we'll both be able to vote there? She said yes, okay? So she gave us a little ticket to go to the front of the line and bypass anybody if anybody was in the line or whatever. So we went with the ticket or whatever. Now, mind you, we're not voters. We don't get into all of that because we don't believe in all of that, okay? So when we was turned down at that first place, I was like, you want me to just go ahead and take you to your spot? He was like, no, Ma, I'm straight. He was like, I was really only voting because you convinced me to do it. He was like, I'm straight. He's just like me. He was already like, nah, signed. And it's a negative. Nope, yep, we ain't supposed to be doing it. Yep, it should be easy. Like, this is how he's made up. So I'm like, okay, he's a lot of me. So let me try to convince him. And I was like, I'll take you and I'll go in with you and I'll just wait for you to do yours and then I'll probably do mine later. He was like, no, I'm straight. He was like, yeah, let's go over to the one where we can go together. Okay? It was a reason why. We were not that far from the one he could have voted at. Okay, so we go all the way to the other one. He done lost his appetite and everything. And he a big back. He don't lose his appetite. But he done lost his appetite and everything. And I'm like, wait, this is a sign for me. Like, you ain't hungry no more? And he was like, yeah, man, let's just go on over here. I ain't even hungry no more. And he agitated. And he's not the one to be agitated. So it's a lot of tension, okay, on this day for us trying to vote. All right. So now we get to the one where we both can vote. We go in. I'm already seeing, done went to the front of the line, but we standing here is another line that have people going everywhere else. I'm seeing people behind the window, lazy as a fuck. Lazy. Okay. The lady said we could come here, register and vote at the same time if we not registered, but you can definitely come to the headquarters and vote. The man was like, if anybody is in the line here to vote, you must go to your polling office. Big dude, you want to lean on the desk because you don't even want to stand. Okay, big dude. Okay, so I'm looking at my son like, they're gonna be the reason why people don't vote. I already seen it. They're gonna be the reason why people ain't voting, because you're turning all of these black people. I'm just gonna be honest. All of these black people away. I don't watch as I'm waiting. I don't watch you turn away 3 or 4 black people instead of do the paperwork or doing whatever you got to do to let them go right here in the empty little booths and vote. Okay, but they're turning people away to go to their polling office, or you would do a little bit of the work. You would do a little bit of the work to go and get the sheet and print out the sheet and send us somewhere else. So I told my son, I said, you know what? This going to be a sign for me. He was already looking like, you should have just said, forget it like I did. Okay. This is how he was. And I'm like, no, Kamala need us. This is how I'm feeling. Right. So the lady, I gave her my ID. I gave her my front of the line ticket or whatever. And I'm like, please do your job. And I looked at her different, like she was going to do her job. She was going to go ahead and get us, one of those that's like, we need all the votes we can get. She wasn't even like that. She was like, okay, so it looks like your polling office is, I said, she was like, but hold on a second. So I'm like, all right, she was about to hit me with the womp, but she went on and changed her mind. This is what I'm thinking. All right. So I'm like, all right, so I am going to vote. Okay. So she go to the printer. She come back with the white sheet. I'm looking at the white sheet like, you're not about to give me no white sheet to go nowhere else, because I promise you I'm not. Oh, I promise you I'm not. I'm not that type. Okay? So she come and I'm looking at the paper. Before I look at her, I'm looking at the paper, trying to see what the paper is. And she was like, okay, so your polling office is, I said, just hand me my ID. Just hand me my ID. I won't vote. I won't vote. That was a sign for me. It was a sign. I move off signs. I move off energy. I move off what is going on. Why is it so hard to vote? And I realized when I got back in the car, I was like, oh yeah. Oh, it's a done deal. Because I realized that I had dedicated already, after doing my reading for the day, I had dedicated and let them siphon energy from me on this very special day. Okay, and I'm going to break down how special the day is because I did the research. Okay, so I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. They all up in my energy right now because it was what? Maybe 3 hours of me trying to vote. 3 hours of me trying to vote and then getting disappointed and then going somewhere else and then them disappointing the situation again. But it didn't stop there. After that 3 hours of me attempting and trying, we went on ahead. We had a break. We had lunch or whatever. I dropped him back off. But I'm still in my energy like, okay, wait a minute. I still need to vote. Like, I don't feel right. I don't feel right. I need to vote. I don't feel right. But I realized they really, really had my energy in that day, almost like a holiday. They took and had my energy all wrapped up in that. And I was like, you know what? I just need to go home and meditate. Went home, meditated, okay? It didn't take me long for me to come out my meditation and be soothed and be centered. You'll see spirals and be okay and say, I'm not a part of the world. My meditation, that they came to me and was like, this ain't part of your purpose. Your purpose is not to do this. Your purpose is to support when she does get in there. Okay. Now this was the energy, and I'm still feeling like, all right, I think I should vote. I think I should vote. This is after my meditation where I was calmed down. Okay. And I went for maybe an hour or two, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna do it because it didn't happen. It was all messed up twice, so I'm not gonna do it. So I'm thinking in my head, third is the charmer, third is the charmer. You know how they got us built and how they got us programmed. The third time is the charmer. Okay, so I'm not saying in my head I'm going to go and vote. I'm still saying it's still time. It's still time. If I leave back out, then I'll go and I'll vote. Okay. So my intentions, I wasn't intending to go to that car to go and vote. My intentions was to go and handle my business, but I had it in my head that if I leave back out, I just go dip off, go over where I'm supposed to go and vote. Okay. Why my car didn't start? Was I pissed? Nah, I wasn't pissed at all. Cause I was like, I'm not supposed to vote. That's the bottom line. I'm not supposed to be in all of this. Why my car ain't starting? Why my push start messed up again? What is going on? Okay. So now that was that. Now, okay, I was fine. I started working on, putting my energy somewhere else for that very spiritual day. And I realized that they had the majority of my energy that day. Now, this morning, while I'm coming to prepare for this, I asked my son, I'm like, it was something with yesterday. Yesterday was a mess. It was something with yesterday. I was like, do me a favor and look up what was going on in the out in the galaxy. What was going on with the planets yesterday? And he looked it up and he was like, Ma, he was like, the moon was in a quincunx with Uranus. And it was a Sagittarius moon, and I'm a Sagittarius sun sign. Okay. So I'm like, quincunx, what is that? So he looked up what quincunx is. What quincunx is this. This is a quincunx. How they got the 5 on the dice. That's a quincunx. Okay. And listen, this means something. I just got that. This means something. The planets line up like this in the sky at different times. Yesterday, it was in a quincunx. This is a quincunx, okay? And I don't know what was in the middle. It's possibly that the moon was in the middle. All right. I was trying to do some research. You may have to do a little bit yourself. I'm dropping the seed. Now you got to try to do a little bit yourself. Okay. What was in the quincunx besides the moon and Uranus? Okay. What was in this? What is the other 3 that is in that quincunx? Okay. Whatever happened, they always do the election when it's a quincunx. Okay, this is what I'm getting. You always do an election when it is a quincunx. And now we need to find out what are the planets that was aligned yesterday in that quincunx. Now, when I looked it up, it said the Sag moon, when he looked it up, Sag moon quincunx with Uranus. And the meaning of that, it means that structures people rely on may not go as planned. Okay, so nothing went as planned for me. Okay, my car messed up, voting messed up, and Kamala didn't win. Okay, so nothing will go as planned. Okay, so now this takes me to, okay, and now Uranus, what Uranus it represents is sudden change, breaking of established structures. Now that told me she was supposed to win yesterday, but it will not go as planned. Why? Okay. According to astrology and the planets, She was supposed to win yesterday, but things did not go as planned. Remember, my reading said the plan failed, okay? But it's not her plan that failed. It's the plan that they have already in place, okay? Remember, the towers failed, okay? It was some sort of failure with the towers. Now, those towers is going to play a very big role in the downfall of America, okay? And because those towers failed, they had to go to plan B and put Trump in the office, okay? Follow me. Stay with me when I'm talking about this, okay? They had to go to plan B and put Trump in the office. The original plan was that they were going to put her in office, which she was supposed to get in office per my cards, okay? She was supposed to get in office, but the original plan failed. The original plan had something to do with the towers. They realized that these towers were not functioning how they needed to function in order for things to go how they were supposed to go. So because these towers failed, she could not get in office, okay? Because once she's in there, we're not going to be able to trash things. She's going to be in there. All right. And it may be a success. So we can't put her in office. OK. Confirmation is The Simpsons. OK. On The Simpsons, there was a woman president dressed just like Kamala. Kamala was just in a lighter suit or a darker suit. She was just in a darker suit. OK. Or I don't know, lighter or darker suit. Now, also in The Simpsons, old boy became president and old boy was assassinated. Now, let me tell you where the plans changed, okay? The plans changed when they did that attempt on his life, okay? He was supposed to just automatically pass away, all right? But they did an attempt on his life. They didn't do no attempt on his life in The Simpsons. It was supposed to be clean cut. Per The Simpsons, she was supposed to be in office. But the plans, the underhanded plans that they had going on, that failed. Okay, so now they have to go to plan B. All right. Mind you, they put those towers up in 2020 when everybody had to sit down and be in the house and not look at what they doing. They put them towers up then. Okay. So now they have to now move to look at the spirals. They have to now move to plan B. Plan B now is to execute this man. Okay. And that's if the towers come up. That's if the plan is restructured. That's if we can pull this off now. All right. Now, they did an attempt on his life. That was an attempt, but that was never in The Simpsons. Okay. So now what's going to happen? They still need a way for America to fall. Okay. Remember, London has fallen. London falls. Okay. America. They still need somebody to make this fall. But now it is going to be a nation of this president. Now The Simpsons is going to be played out. Okay. And that's only if whatever they got going on behind the scenes with those towers, that's if that's up and running. Does this work? Check. Does that work? Check. What happens when we do this? Check. What happens when that? Check. Okay, so are you sure? 100%. Check. Yes, okay. That's the reason why Kamala did not get in, because nothing was 100% checked. They could not use this device that they put up in 2020 to make things crash. Okay, this is only my theory. This is not facts. This is alleged. Okay, this is not real. Okay, I'm just gonna say that again. All right, but this is what I am getting from that. All right, because what they initially planned fell through. Remember, my reading says something did not go as planned. My reading also said that it was supposed to be a feminine victory as well. And I'm never going to judge my gifts. So things did not go as planned. So what they did was went to the original plan. The original plan is to pick a president every 4 years. Now think about it. We got November. Harvesting is over in early November. Everybody done picked up all the crops. We done got everything we needed out of it. So this is the reason why they do elections early November in the beginning, to start it over, okay? To begin again, because all of this is up and is done. So now we got to start again. So they do the election when this is formed in the planets, okay? They do the election when that is formed in the planets, okay? Now, it's done every 4 years to begin a new cycle. All right. Now catch it. They're working off of numerology, period. I don't know how, but they are working off of numerology. Okay. You know, every 4 years is something with the number 4. You know this by way of Beyonce. Her birthday is on the 4th. Jay-Z, his birthday is on the okay. His birthday is on the 4th. Blue Ivy, her birthday is on the 4th. Their anniversary is on the 4th. Okay. So it's something with 4s. All right. So they're working off of early November when the planets is set up like this. They're working off of the power of 4, and it's done every Tuesday, which is the day of 3, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. If Saturday is the beginning, if they say Saturday is the beginning of the week, then Tuesday will be the day of 4. Okay. But I'm going off of Sunday being the beginning of the week. So Tuesday is the day of 3. So they're using these numbers to pull energy and to keep things how they are. 5 is the energy of something, though. I forgot to look that up. Hold on a minute. Okay, because the quincunx, the planets and everything is arranged in the quincunx. When it's arranged like that, it is the number 5. Okay, so what is the meaning of 5? Or what does 5 represent? Human perfection. The human body can form a pentagon when a person stretches out their arms and legs with the head at the top. When you stretch out your arm and your legs, yesterday, when the planets was formed like this, that's somebody arms and legs stretched out. That's what that is. That's what that is. Arms and legs stretched out. Okay. So we are aligned with planets. All right. We are completely aligned with the planets. Okay. Yesterday would have gave us some sort of energy. Okay. That has to be a yoga move. Yesterday would have given us some sort of energy, individuality, and spiritual aspiration. Okay. This is what the number 5 means. An upward pointing 5 pointed star symbolizes these qualities. It says witchcraft and black magic. Okay. This is a ritual. What they did yesterday, the election, that is simply a ritual that they did while the quincunx was formed in the planetary skies. Okay. I cannot. It's a Christian meaning. The number 5 can represent the 5 wounds of Jesus, as well as desires, faith, hope, humility, and love. Okay. So the day of election, when the planetary skies, these people are being intentional. These people are being intentional. We don't know how Jesus was stretched out on whatever he was stretched out on. Okay. But Christian meaning represents the 5 wounds of Jesus. So you praising the wounds of him on that day. But we got people out here being Christian when they're doing rituals on the day of his being stretched out and wounded. Okay? This is the energy that I'm getting. Human life. The symbol 5 symbolizes human life because it is the sum of the first, even and odd numbers, 2 and 3. Okay? Marriage. All right. But I'm getting from marriage. This is like contracts. All right. This is what I'm getting here. 5 is a prime number as well. The number 5 symbolizes freedom, curiosity, and change. She was supposed to win yesterday. freedom. We were supposed to be free from whatever structure or established structures that happened yesterday. We were supposed to be free from that. But we could not be, simply because the plan that was supposed to happen, it is not being drawn out. Okay, those towers, the towers have failed. All right, this is going to be a short reading here. The towers has failed. I have dropped a seed. That's what this channel over here. That's what we talk. That's what we talking about. Okay, we drop seeds over here. All right, we confirmation. My bird. Okay, my bird. All right, that's divine confirmation. Do you hear my bird? I hope y'all can hear my bird. Okay, now listen. Look this up. Okay, it is something about the quincunx. It is something about this. If we'd have stretched our arms out and our legs out and been intentional yesterday, what would have happened to our body? If we aligned our body the same way that the planets is aligned in the sky on this day. Okay, yesterday was a ritual. Yesterday was a ritual. And this is the reason that was a harnessing of energy, a harvesting of energy here. Okay. And that was the beginning of harvesting energy. Because remember, November harvesting to early November harvesting time is over. That's why they start the election again in the beginning of November, so they can start it fresh. That is the beginning of the black magic ritual and witchcraft that they are doing, the black and dark magic. It is the beginning. Okay. And I didn't fall into that trap. All right. But I didn't know any of this until I sat here and started thinking about how the planets was aligned on yesterday's day. Okay. You might be seeing spirals here because I am. Confirmation. All right. So that was me dropping those seeds for you. Okay. Listen. A lot of people want to know who is she, or who she even thinks she is. Who do she even think she is? I'm divinely faceted. Okay? And I will catch you on the next one.